Hello and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and we are here for a special live stream. Once again, it's our morning forecast show. We go live every single morning at around this time. We're always live by now. I apologize, we're slightly later than normal today. I'll explain that to you later. However, we still have a big show lined up for you. We've got Tilray with a massive pump up over 20% in pre-market trading, exactly as not me, but Martyn predicted live on the show yesterday. He brought you the news. I even brought you the news before that. But it's up about 20%, exactly what Martyn suggested from his contact. So we're going to be looking into Tilray, my thoughts on that, how much higher it can go, the news around that. Also, XRP seems to be the one leading the rally today in the crypto markets, as well as Bitcoin, which pumped a little bit earlier on. I'm sure the pump will continue, but that is closing in on all-time highs. So a lot to get through. Thank you everyone for tuning in. But let's get straight into the show. So who do we have in the show so far? We've got, let me go to the comments, make sure that's the comments. There we go. Good morning, Sensei. Says Robert, official Diamo is here. We're pumping up today. Savage Faith is here. Good morning, glad I held my Tilray. Congratulations to you, Stacy. Well, it depends how long you've been holding. If you've been holding more than a few months, then you're probably still down a lot. However, if you bought on that dip that we did share live on the show, then congratulations to you. Most people are significantly down on Tilray. I just want to put that caveat out there, even with this 20% pump this morning. I would like everyone to know that Elba has had a really rough day yesterday, and they thought at one point they were going to lose her. Please have a moment to give thanks for Jerry. Thank you, Stacey, for keeping us updated. Jerry and Elba always in my prayers, so please, everyone, keep them in your prayers as well. They're definitely a big part of the Lucasade family. And Elba, and pray for Lisa and their children, and give them all strength to get through this and get Elba home. Lots of love and prayers needed. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Stacey. Really do appreciate you keeping us up to date with that. Praying for her. Need more like her. Definitely, Bill J. I agree, thank you. And Tilray is actually my largest holding. This is the day I've been waiting for a long time. Bill J, wow, congratulations to you. I enjoy the pump. It can start dumping. We're going to have a look into Tilray in just a second. Make sure you have hit the like button if you're here. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes. Please do hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Okay, so prayers for Lisa, thank you. Prayers for Elba, definitely. I'm upset I sold my Tilray, says Mike. Well, Mike, let me show you the chart. Let me get into the Tilray chart. Actually, let me just go back to Martyn's put a comment here. The only whispers from this is only whispers from Trump at this stage. It's great. It popped 20% like predicted. However, it's more of a quick scalp at this stage. Good luck to you. Yes, I didn't even read that, and that's what I was about to say. So you can see that Martyn has said, I brought you direct for my white. I'm new to crypto, please teach me the truth. Scrappy, don't worry, we are all about the truth. If you want the truth, if you don't want the hype, if you don't want to get wrecked, then this is the channel for you. So Martyn did say, I bought you direct for my White House press room source. News on Tilray brands. I predicted on Saturday live on air. Tilray will open 20% up. How about it? It's incredible. Thank you, Martyn, for always keeping us up to date with all of that and your predictions, because this is something that Martyn predicted on Saturday. He reiterated it last night, and well, the evidence is now in our hands. But what we need to look at now is the fact that it could start trimming off, and my thoughts and opinions on it, chart-wise. Okay, so what's the noise in the background? Geese, ducks, or roosters? Roosters, and I think I don't know if there's roosters and there's just normal chickens. What do you call them? Hens. So I don't know which one was actually making that noise. Interesting crypto day. Tilray was green. My green gang stock now. I'm so sorry. I sold back last year. Well, okay, Mike. If you sold back last year, congratulations to you, because you've made more money than people that held on and are celebrating this 20% pump. If you sold last year, we're currently, even with this pump, we're at 77 cents. Last year, well, that would be 2024. So the earliest point last year, and it could have been much higher, it could have been at $2. But in December of 2024, Tilray was about $1.48. So I wouldn't be upset, Mike, if I was you, that you didn't hold on. I think a lot of people wish they would have sold when you sold, because you would have been down another 50% if you held on. So even with this 20% pump, you would still be down 50%, Mike. So I wouldn't be annoyed that I sold my Tilray when if you sold it then, because you've saved yourself 50%. So good morning, chat. I can hear them when you stop talking. There we go. Well, for everyone who was missing the chickens, well, it sounds like they're a noisy bunch this morning. So Tilray is up 20%. Brilliant, great. But I agree with Martyn. It's more of a scalping opportunity than something that where we can now start saying Tilray is going back to all-time highs. Look, Tilray is a high-risk, potentially high-reward stock. Would I have bought Tilray last year, the year before that? Probably not. However, is it a better risk reward in the last year than it has been ever before? Probably. And the reason I say that is because the market cap was very low. When you're going into a stock like Tilray, if you have been in the last year, you have to be prepared for bankruptcy. Even though it's probably not the most likely situation, you have to be prepared for that, because it was going down and down and down and down. No bullish news. The balance sheet is still better than most other stocks within the same category. However, you have to go into it knowing that you can lose all your money. So if you already have that mentality going in, saying this is a high risk, high reward strategy where I am comfortable to lose all my money I put into this, then Tilray can certainly give you some nice upside. I'm going to go into the news in a second, but even can it go up another 58%? Yes, because the target to the upside is about $1 first. That'll be psychological, then $1.22. But can it sell off and come back down to lows? It can as well. So if you're going into Tilray, the chart analysis will give you some levels that you can take profit. It will also give you some levels such as 34 cents that we were looking at, or the breakout 44 cents to possibly gain an entry. Right now, it's the middle of no man's land. You're in the middle of two zones. One would be 125/$1. The other one would be potentially back at 55 cents or 42 cents. So you're not really in a trade setup at this point where you're sitting. So I wouldn't be FOMOing in. However, if you've got that long-term view of, I don't care if I buy at 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, $1, I'm expecting this to go to $20 and come back, then and you don't mind losing your money, then it doesn't really matter where you buy it. You're holding it for the long term, and you're taking a risk, saying that this company is going to come back, it's going to perform well, legislation is going to go its way, and you're holding for the long term. But if you have that mentality, then be prepared to lose all your money. If you're scalping it, then congratulations to you, you've made 20%. You might have bought at the breakout of 42 cents. This might be a second, if you fail to sell at 83 cents and you want another target, well, you've got it again. It's slightly below that level right now. But if you're looking for bigger gains, then be prepared to lose all your money. However, the risk reward still, some would say, when you look at the fundamentals, it's worth it. And at that point, I'll be looking at $1.22, $2, $2.63, $3.38, which can all happen, but it's obviously more risky to hold on for that. But let's have a look at the quick fundamentals. So I'm going to go onto our newsletter page. Remember, this is a newsletter that comes out every single day, and we've got a Tilray story in there for you. So if you are investing in these stocks, if you are investing in crypto, you need to know the news. And the news, the best way to get it, in my opinion, is through the newsletter. The top 5 things you need to know every day: the deep dive, the charts, the economic calendar, the one big thing, the market snapshot, all of that every single day in your inbox. The stories that matter to you, we put out to you. So that link is the first in the description. It's also in the comment section right now. So let me skip forward to the Tilray story. We've got a big story as well as our number one story, which I want to come on to in just a second. But as we're talking about Tilray, let me go over here and talk about this. So Trump's cannabis remarks send Tilray soaring 25% after hours. So this is Trump-induced. So Tilray brands surged roughly 25% in after-hours trading to 0.81. That is where it sort of peaked out. Let me go back to our chart. It has been selling off this morning slightly. Yeah, it did go all the way up to 83 cents actually. So it surged roughly 25% following Trump's weekend remarks about potentially reclassifying marijuana as a less dangerous drug. The stock closed Friday regular session at 65 cents, making the post-market rally a sharp reversal for the struggling cannabis company. At $1 million per plate fundraiser at his Bedminster, New Jersey golf club, Trump told donors that marijuana rescheduling is something we're going to look at. Attendees include True Live CEO Kim Rivers, whose company has contributed $250,000 to Trump's aligned PACs this year. Cannabis industry groups have collectively donated $1 million to Trump's MAGA Incorporative Super PAC. These remarks are Trump's first substantive public comments on cannabis policy since returning to office, despite earlier campaign pledges to support moving marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. So, look, he's getting things done, whether you like him or not. He's sort of sorted out his tariffs, sorted out a few wars. He's sorted out the crypto legislation. What's next? Well, if he's going to move on to something, well, some would say cannabis would be the next thing. And it does seem like these are his first remarks. We haven't even got confirmation of it. We haven't even got legislation coming through yet. But even you can see how much these markets want to move. So it's quite bullish to see that if you're invested in these kinds of stocks, that he is now talking about it. It's going to be on his mind and he's going to have a look at it. So look, we don't know if he's going to be for it or against it, but him having a look at it, I guess it will be in a positive light. So we haven't even got confirmation of it, and it's moved this much. So imagine if you actually start getting some better legislation coming through or it actually going through. I think the pumps for Tilray and other cannabis stocks will be quite significant. So cannabis stocks have endured a punishing multi-year downturn, with advisor shares pure US cannabis ETF dropping 86% over 5 years amid continued federal prohibition. Tilray exemplifies this collapse, down 66% from its 52-week high of $2. Any credible sign of federal reform has outsized impact on these beaten down names. Rescheduling marijuana would remove IRS Section 280E's punitive tax rules, expanding banking access, and potentially unlock institutional investment currently sidelined by federal restrictions. While Trump's remarks stop short of policy action, they represent the strongest White House signal in months for an industry desperate for regulatory clarity. When a single sentence from the president can move a stock 25% in minutes, you're not trading fundamentals, you're trading politics. So this is all about politics. Is this going to happen or is this not going to happen? And you can see that just that moved at 25%. I'm sure other cannabis stocks are up as well today. What would be another one? What's it called? Sun. I'm sure you'll let me know in the live chat. What was it called? Sun. I don't know. I'm sure they're up as well, but Tilray seems to be the one with the best balance sheet anyway. That's why we're focusing on it. So that's the story. If you're investing in that sort of market, I would be bullish, but I would also be cautious. Nothing is confirmed, but it does bring light to an industry that has been collapsing over the last few years, and this could be the next course that Trump goes down to sort out the regulations. And the most important thing is no one can really invest in it. That you can't really get funding for it in the US. You can't institutions can't really invest in it because they don't have banking access. And this IRS code here, the punitive tax rules, would need to be removed, and then you can get a big flow of money in, just like crypto and how that's moving now because of regulations. You actually want regulations so people can invest in it. So that's the story for Tilray. I want to thank again Martyn for bringing this story to us as soon as it broke to give us the advantage before anyone else did. And now you can see what he predicted was true. So the trolls aren't going to like that, but we are up 20% just as Martyn predicted. So thank you again to Martyn, and good luck to all Tilray investors. I want to know who is actually a Tilray investor. Let me know in the chat. Mike, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm not crying I sold my Tilray. I made my decision to sell. All good. Mike, you did the right thing. You sold. If you held on, you would be down 50% today. You sold at a good time. You should be happy. I know you're not crying, but why are you even suggesting that? You should be celebrating today because you sold, and you can buy back double the amount if you wanted to today. So you made the right decision. So the top story. So again, in the newsletter, let me go to the newsletter. So the one big thing today is Nvidia and AMD will now send 15% of their China AI chip sales revenue straight to the US Treasury in exchange for export licenses. Something that is, I think, unheard of, marking the first time Washington has taken direct cuts of overseas tech sales. So this is the conclusion they came to, not really a tariff conclusion, but a sort of tax on overseas sales so that they can continue doing it without a tariff. That is the one big thing. There is a story to cover that, and that's why the markets have been quite... Oh, Sundial, SNDL, Sundial, that's what it was. Thank you to Seth Houston and emailer. Sundial, what's that doing today? SNDL. It's up 7% today, not as much. It was up a bit higher actually, but at its peak it was up about 13%. There's another Canopy Growth as well, isn't there? Canopy Growth Corporation. That's up 21% after being up 20% on Friday. So that, yeah, you can see these stocks are certainly reacting. Thank you for that. Thanks for your info, Sensei. No worries, Mike. Just don't feel bad because you did the right thing. Zach Zate is giving me tickers left, right, and centre, all up. Thank you, Zach Zate. Since you know I'm a Trump guy, don't get me started on the Epstein files. Are you not happy about David? Are you not happy that he hasn't kept to that promise, David Hensley? Is that what you're saying? I don't know what you mean by that comment. Anyway, the money move of the day, we've got another top story as well. Bullish. You might not know what I mean by that. It sounds a bit weird. It's the name of a company. So Bullish, the Peter Thiel-backed institutional crypto exchange, is targeting 4.2 billion valuation in its US IPO, potentially the biggest crypto listing since Coinbase. When a high-profile IPO drops, especially in a hot sector, watch how it changed in the first week. Price action often reveals more about market sentiment than any pre-listing hype. I am excited about this IPO. We've got another crypto IPO coming at a time where they're quite hot. We saw what happened with Circle's IPO. I'm going to be very interested to see if Martyn has access to this. I'm sure he does on Robinhood. Bullish crypto IPO is eyeing a $4.2 billion valuation. We saw what happened after Circle's IPO. I'm sure everyone's going to want to get on the hype if you're lucky enough to manage to pick up the shares. Remember, this is not financial advice. Please do not buy or sell based on anything I say. I'm not 100% confident it's going to pump when it comes out. My opinion is it will. I'll be interested to see if Martyn's going to try and pick up any shares, because this is not just any exchange like Coinbase. This is an institutional grade exchange, not for the meme coins, but for the institution. So I think this might be up Martyn's street with how bullish he is now on crypto. Owning the companies that benefit from crypto as well is something he said previously. But this one is called Bullish, and it's coming out either tomorrow or the day after. I've got a deep dive on it, so we'll come on to it in a second. But I think the best story today is 15 years on, Martyn Lucas, Sawmill's album still resonates. So this is where Martyn recorded his album. So 15 years ago today, Martyn Lucas released his landmark album recorded at the legendary Sawmill's studio in Cornwall, a creative home to artists such as Oasis, The Vern, Muse and Robert Plant. Known for its distinctive atmosphere that has inspired some of UK's biggest acts, the studio provided the perfect setting for Martyn's powerful piano and vocal performances, honed through years of touring across UK and around the world. And it's 15 years ago today. Or yesterday, but I think it's today. Anyway, in the years that followed, Martyn's music career would earn him the title of World Piano Man from Elton John, alongside tours across multiple continents. Today, many know him as the voice of Martyn Lucas Investor, his fast-growing trading and investing channel, but he continues to perform on his Martyn Lucas music channel, keeping alive the creative spark that captured in those Sawmill sessions 15 years ago. Relive the album. You can still listen to the original recording here on YouTube Music. Martyn's music channel runs live shows every week, and he is currently on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers so YouTube can unlock charitable fundraising tools. If you haven't already, head over, subscribe and be part of the journey. You've got two links here. Subscribe to the music channel. I'll give it to you live in the chat as well. Go and subscribe to the music channel if you haven't done so already. And you can see the top of the music channel, you can see the album. You also have a direct link to the album here as well. Listen to the album there as well. Also, that's the album cover. If you click on the album cover, it takes you right there. So can we all in the chat go and congratulate Martyn for 15 years anniversary since his landmark album. So if everyone in the chat can just go congratulations to Martyn for the 15 years, that would be great. Let's send some love towards Martyn. It's a great album. I was actually listening to it this morning while doing the newsletter. So I do definitely go and would say I recommend to go and listen to it as well, and leave a comment down below the, I think, can you do that on albums? I don't know. I think you can. No, I don't think you can. But certainly go and like it and share it out. It's the top story today in the newsletter. So let me just check one thing. Let me go to the comments over here. I just want to check this thing here. I don't think I've done... Oh yeah, I've done that right. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Robinhood gave access to everyone. I bought 15 since payday hasn't come yet. Robinhood gave everyone access. Are you talking about Circle or are you talking about Bullish? We're getting congratulations in the chat. Yes, please, everyone, do put a congratulations in the chat. That would be great. Congratulations, Martyn. Job well done. Congratulations, Martyn. Lots of love from Ohio. Congratulations, Martyn Lucas Investor. So glad I had brought it up the other day. Yes, Master. Thank you so much. Martyn Lucas has a pretty exceptional voice. I love piano, but not many who can play can sing. Yes, it's amazing talent. Congratulations, Martyn, 15 years album. We love it. Okay, so this is the story about NVIDIA AMD agreeing to pay 15% of Chinese AI chip sales. But what I want to focus on right now is making a video on the Bullish Exchange IPO, institutional crypto's next big test. So this is what I think is going to be. I think it's happening tomorrow. It could be the day after. I don't think we've got pure confirmation yet. Maybe Robinhood has some more information. The UK version is not letting me access it at the moment, but I would certainly be buying it if I had the chance. Anyway, let me do a video on this and give you, everyone who's watching live, you'll be able to get all my thoughts straight away. So let me go over here and make a video on this. Where's it gone? You can listen to the chickens while I'm figuring this out. Here we go. Okay, I've got this now. Let's do a video on this. Could this be the biggest IPO of the year? What we're looking at we're looking at Bullish Exchange. Bullish Exchange is IPOing very soon, and you want to be ahead of the curve. So what is it all about? Should you be buying it? Should you not? Should you just be watching it? Well, I'll give you all my thoughts. I've done my research. I spent hours researching every single morning for the newsletter. This is one of the stories in the newsletter today. If you want all the information every single day to your inbox, 5 top stories, deeper dives, economic calendars, you get it every single day. First link in the description. Today's one, we're looking at deep dives, Bullish Exchange IPO, institutional crypto's next big test. We've got a big IPO, the biggest since Coinbase, in my opinion. So Peter Thiel-backed cryptocurrency exchange Bullish is preparing for one of the biggest and most bullish crypto-related listings since Coinbase, targeting a $4.2 billion valuation in its US IPO. The deal aims to raise up to 629 million by offering 20.3 million shares at $28 to $31, with trading set to begin on the New York Stock Exchange under ticker symbol BLSH. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it, the balance sheet, how to get it, what I think about it, why it matters, what the regulations are, why is it different to other exchanges. All of it we're in this video, so make sure you stay tuned to the very end, because this is the information you need before the exchange goes live on the New York Stock Exchange. So make sure you hit the like button, leave me your thoughts down below, subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will be covering the IPO live as it happens. You never know, Martyn might be buying it live as well. We'll see. So this is a deep dive, and I'm going to continue going through it. So unlike retail orientated platforms, Bullish is designed for Wall Street level trading with a fully regulated institutional I've just seen a comment straight from Martyn that's thrown me off. Martyn has just said, I'm all in on Bullish. Placed order. You're going to want to hear all about that. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be sending you over to Martyn, because he will be talking about his thoughts on this and how to actually do it live, and how to actually be part of the IPO on Robinhood. So, unlike retail-orientated platforms, Bullish is designed for Wall Street level trading, with a fully regulated institutional-grade exchange built to handle huge volumes. In Q1 2025 alone, Bullish processed 647 billion in spot trades, ranking among the top 3 globally for Bitcoin and Ethereum volumes. So why does it matter? This IPO isn't just about raising capital, it's a push to cement Bullish as the go-to bridge between traditional finance and digital assets at a time when institutional crypto adoption is accelerating. So in all honesty, I hadn't heard about this exchange, but the more research I did, I realized why I hadn't heard about this exchange, because it's not for the everyday investor, it's for the big boys. And you can see by the amount of money that's being processed in this exchange. So if you haven't heard about it before, it's not your typical Coinbase Kraken names. This is an institutional grade exchange, and you'll be even more bullish once you realize who actually created this. So, built for the institutions, not for the day traders. Bullish's model revolves around deep liquidity, high-touch services, and full reserve approach, keeping one-to-one custody of customers' assets and segregating its funds. Its automated market-making technology aims to keep spreads tight even in volatile markets. So the key differences: unified accounts combine spot, margin, and derivatives, regulated licenses in Gibraltar, Germany, Hong Kong with US approvals in process, ownership of CoinDesk. You probably have heard of CoinDesk, a media outlet for crypto. Well, they own it, giving it a strategic media reach in crypto coverage. This platform is designed to attract hedge funds, family offices, and large trading firms rather than the meme coin retail crowd. That's us, by the way. Leadership and backing. Bullish is led by Tom Farley. This is going to make you even more bullish on Bullish. Again, I'm not saying to buy, I'm not saying to sell. I personally am going to look to see how I should buy it. I'm going to take a lesson from Martyn and see how I can get access this, because he knows the ins and outs of Robinhood. I will personally be buying it, but I'm not putting in any more than I can afford to lose. Obviously, I don't think this is going to go to zero. I think it's going to perform well, but it can certainly be volatile. We've seen IPOs go up, most of the time go up to begin with and then cool off. So I'll certainly be taking profits if I get significant gains. But what's right for me is certainly not right for you. I'm a high-risk investor, so please do not buy or sell based on anything I say. So bullish is led by Tom Farley, former New York Stock Exchange president who's moved from traditional markets into crypto signals the sector's maturity. So he was the former New York Stock Exchange president who moved from traditional markets, so he understands them, into crypto signals the sector's maturity. Its backers include Peter Thiel, PayPal, Palantir, Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz, Nomura Global Investment Bank, Louis Bacon, hedge fund billionaire, Block One, bullish parent with $10 billion in initial funding. This is a blue chip backing with both tech disruption and market structure expertise. So I will be coming to the end of this video. I am overrunning, so there's not much left, but you need to listen to the rest. So make sure you have subscribed. It seems like only 10% of you who watch the videos, the live viewers are all subscribed, all members, but only 10% of you who watch the videos later on are subscribed. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'll be covering all of these major news, whether it's XRP, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's IPOs in the crypto world, whether it's Trump speaking. We cover it all live on the show. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the like button. Leave me your thoughts down below. How much are you buying, and let me know if you're successful or not. So let me know in the comments down below. So let's use Circle as a benchmark, the most recent IPO in the crypto world. So for retail investors, Circle's June 2025 IPO is the closest comparable. Circle's stable coin-centric business exploded after listing. The IPO price was very similar, $31. A few weeks later, it peaked at a 750% gain at around $300. Currently trading at, even now, it's still four times over the IPO price. The difference is Circle earns from its USDC reserves interest. Bullish is from trading fees and liquidity service. So Circle's the only way they make money, the 99% of the way they make money is through their interest that they receive on their USD treasuries or whatever they hold. Bullish is not like that. They make money from trading fees and liquidity services. So Circle's growth is tied to stablecoin adoption. Bullish fortunes follow crypto trading volume. Both operate in a more favorable regulatory climate than just 2 years ago. Circle's rally shows Wall Street is willing to pay up for credible, compliant crypto infrastructure, but bullish, more cyclical revenue profile means returns could be lumpier. Retail investor access. This is for the investors. How to get involved? Well, IPO allocations are typically institutional first, but platforms like Robinhood, Fidelity, and SoFi offer retail entry. Martyn will tell you all about it, so make sure you jump into Martyn's streams and he will explain to you how to get involved with Robinhood. So Robinhood actually allows most users to submit conditional offers but enforces a 30-day hold to deter flipping. SoFi offers pre-IPO shares with penalties for early selling. Fidelity Schwab often requires high balances for access. So Robinhood and SoFi are looking to offer this. And we've just seen Martyn say that it's available on Robinhood and he's in. So the reality check. High demand IPOs often get oversubscribed. Many retail orders receive partial or zero allocation. So that is always a risk. You might not actually get any shares as a retail investor.
Has become a member.
Thank you very much for becoming a member. If you do want to become a member, we are the link is in the description and I'll give it to you in the chat. So the launch day setup, several factors suggest an energetic debut. BlackRock and ARK Invest combined are buying 200 million at the IPO price. Crypto sentiment is strong with Bitcoin near recent highs. Limited float with just 20.3 million shares available. The risks, August is typically a slower IPO month. But that's traditionally, right now, it does look to be quite a good time to IPO. Crypto volumes can turn quickly. This is based on crypto volumes, and because it's a cyclic cycle, we're seeing the crypto world, some months, some years, they're going to be in profit. Some years, there won't be as much trading activity. The valuation is already 52% below bullish 2021 SPAC targets, hinting at investor caution. So the valuation is much lower, so it does have that room to grow. It can actually double. I won't take that as a risk. I'll take that as a positive in my mind anyway. The financial picture is bullish numbers reveals both promise and volatility. 2024 net income was 80 million. Q1 2025 was a loss of 340 million because it had to reevaluate how they class their crypto assets. Q2 of 2025, the guidance is about 109 in net income. They hold about 2.8 billion worth of Bitcoin, 12,600 Ethereum, and about 418 millions worth of cash and stablecoins. The revenue streams are trading fees, liquidity services, CoinDesk, media revenue, and future plans for options trading and broader global access. So the bull case is institutional adoption growing triple digits, infrastructure play benefits from overall market growth, not just specific coins, regulatory positioning creates high barriers to entry, leadership team with deep market structure experience, strategic alignment with TradFi and crypto ecosystems. The bear case is revenues are tied to trading cycles, volatile by nature, heavy competition from Coinbase, Kraken, and emerging venues, regulatory shifts still possible, IPO pricing leaves less room for the upside if markets turn. So there's the bottom line, my final thoughts. Bullish is a bet on institutional crypto infrastructure, not a meme coin casino for investors. Access will be limited. Most retail orders risk under allocation. Expect high volatility from day one. Long-term upside depends on sustained institutional trading growth and disciplined execution. If Circle's IPO was about stablecoin dominance, Bullish is about owning the rails that big money will use to trade digital assets. For retail investors seeking crypto exposure without directly buying coins, this IPO offers a different and potentially steadier way in. That's what I've always said about Coinbase. If you don't want to pick the coins but you're bullish on crypto, then that's one way of getting involved. If you don't want to pick the coins and you don't want to pick Coinbase because that's more retail focused, well, here's another company that you might want to diversify into. But remember, it's not financial advice. The IPO is expected on the 12th or the 13th of August. Let me know your thoughts. There'll be 2 videos up here, and there'll be a video for Martyn's show as well, where he will be looking into it. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye. I am still here. That was the end of the video. So what I'm going to do is send you all over to Martyn. I believe he went live while we were making that video. So live now, monday.com. Martyn is now live with monday.com. So I think that is is that an earnings? Let me have a look. Yes, it is an earnings. So I'm going to send everyone there. You can go and talk to Martyn about his Ethereum positions that he bought over the weekend. You can talk to him about the bullish IPO, what his thoughts and opinions are. The ticker, someone's just asked, I think it's BLSH. It's all in the newsletter. If you haven't got the newsletter and you want to go over that information that we just brought to you, well, here is the newsletter link. It was all taken from the newsletter. Here is the newsletter link. Go and subscribe to it. Lots of news stories today that we haven't managed to cover. So please do go and check it out. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay where you are. I'm going to give you the link to where we're going now. Martyn is already live. So we need to go and go to Martyn's stream. So here is the link for Martyn's stream. If you haven't got the link for the giveaway, we are giving away $1,000 worth of XRP. Here is the link. I'm still crazy to think it's $1,000. It's the biggest giveaway ever on the channel. There is the link. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Let's go over to Martyn. If you stay where you are, the stream will automatically take you over to Martyn. He's already live on this channel. We're going live at the same time, but it's time to move over to Martyn. Thank you everyone. Do me one favor, because we're all going to be hopping into a stream and he's probably not going to be expecting us all. Everyone go into the stream and say Sensei sent me, Sensei sent me, Sensei sent me. I want the live chat in Martyn's stream to go absolutely crazy with Sensei sent me. I want everyone to go over there and at least say Sensei sent me. So thank you everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. We're live every single morning. Maybe we're covering the IPO tomorrow if it is tomorrow. Anyway, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.